I'm really more motivated than ever right now. And I feel like I got a lot more to prove than ever because I think that there might be a perception I don't want to play, I don't care no more, but nah, that ain't the case. Like I've been training harder than ever. Like the past 2 years, I ain't been doing nothing but preparing for that moment.
What's going on? It's Keyshawn, and welcome to my show, All Facts and No Breaks. Joining me today is wide receiver Robbie Chosen, formerly known as Robbie Anderson, and a couple other names along the way, but we're going to get there. What's up, man?
What's good, bro?
Good. My son, Keyshawn, is sitting over there. He's going to join us as
big
well.
Fan. I'm
What's
a
good?
Panthers guy, so we know you for sure.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
So you done changed your name a couple times.
Yeah.
Last time I sat down with you and talked to you, I was at ESPN, and you was Robbie Anderson.
Yeah,
But then you became Robbie Anderson again with a different spelling, correct?
yeah.
And then you became Chosen Anderson, right? Am I right? And then now is Robbie Chosen.
Yeah.
So how you explain to me how you get there though?
The IE was always how it was spelled growing up, and then I changed it to with a Y when I was in college, and then when I was my last year in Carolina, I went back to IE just because I felt like when I had number 3 in high school, my name was spelled IE, and then I was already legally going through the transition to changing legally to Chosen. And then when I first announced it, I just announced it as Chosen Anderson. I probably didn't mean to do that, but yeah, legally it's Robbie Chosen.
So when people run up on you though, they hesitate, I'm sure. Is it Robbie Anderson? Or is it Robbie Chosen?
Yeah.
Or is it Chosen Robbie? Like, it's all that. Does that confuse you sometimes?
Nah. Most people, they just either call me Chosen, and then majority of people that's so used to calling me Robbie, they just call me Robbie.
Does it get confusing at like the DMV and stuff? Like,
Nah, because legally it's listed as Robbie Chosen.
okay.
So how you go through the process, because I was talking to some other people earlier, how you go through the process of being able to change your name? It ain't like we could just dial up and be like, yo, man, I want to be Frank Smith today.
Yeah, I had to have my attorney get involved, submit paperwork, notarizations, court hearing, all that. It was a whole process. And then once I did that, I had to go resubmit all my banking stuff, licensing, housing, everything had to get pretty much refiled.
So it's basically a hassle.
Yeah, a little bit.
For a short period of time and a little money spent for lawyers and legal stuff.
A little bit.
So what's the difference in the mentality of Robbie Anderson and Robbie Chosen?
A lot. I feel like where I've grown spiritually, with God being first, and just who I am as a man, my thinking process, how I go about things, and that was a big part of it for me. It wasn't just changing the name, the appearance of it was literally me recreating myself and my mentality, my structure, my life, and just those things.
So you grew up in South Florida,
Mm-hmm.
the Fort Lauderdale area. Not when people think of South Florida, the first thing that comes to mind is Miami Beach, right? They think of hurricanes and Miami hurricanes and whatnot. But you grew up in the Fort Lauderdale area. What was that like?
Oh, it was different. Football wise, it was that's the thing to do down there, and just culture wise, you see a little bit of everything. It's very, very diverse.
Do you think the Florida area, the state of Florida, produced some of the greatest football players that we know, whether it's Amari Cooper or Emmitt Smith or Matt Stafford, better yet, Ray Lewis, Michael Irvin, Derrick Henry? I mean, I could go on and on and on and on about the players that have come out of the South Florida area. Would you say that the state produced the best?
I mean, from my perspective, like from what I seen in college and the NFL, I would say so. And then just about who's at the top right now, success wise, Lamar, all those guys. But I definitely think, in my perspective, yeah.
You played at Temple for Matt Rhule and you redshirted or whatnot. What was that like?
Man, red shirt, and it was weird. It was my first time playing sports and not actually playing and having to sit back, and watch it. But I trusted the process. I kept grinding, but I got better every day. But it was different.
So then you went on. When you got the opportunity to get on the field, you set the record.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had 239 yards in a game.
Yeah.
Well, you smiling already now.
Nah, cause that game's so funny because I wasn't even supposed to play that game.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't even supposed to play. I had got an iPhone, and my iPhone came from like a different time zone. So I set my alarm and I missed the meetings and walked through. And I showed up and Coach Rhule went off. And he was like, "You're not even gonna play," and then they just threw me in. So I'm on the way to the game thinking I'm not even gonna play. I get in, they throw me the ball, I go score, and then it went up from there.
So then in 2014, you come back. After 2013, you come back, you're the number 1 wide receiver, projected in Temple, but then you decided, I'm not gonna go to class. I'm gonna just chill for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then the academics catch up to you. How did you handle that situation?
Nah, it was tough. It was an adverse time. It was some long days because I didn't know, was I gonna go back to Temple? Was I ever gonna play football again? And then like missed that whole season. And then literally like a year and a half later, out of nowhere, Coach Rhule just called me like, "Do you want to come back to school?" And I got back in and I ain't looked back since.
Now that you older and you Robbie Chosen, what would you look back at and say to yourself like, damn, man, what would you tell yourself back?
Just handle my schoolwork. I think also too, I tried to get into a major a little bit too complicated, but just put more of my energy into my schoolwork and just doing things the right way so you don't have to try and go back and rewrite your wrongs.
So that draft class, you look up and you see Amari Cooper and Kevin White and Devontae Parker.
Mm-hmm.
You see all them dudes come out and go into the draft. Was you like, wait a minute, what about me?
I mean, I was happy for them, but it was motivating. But I was like, dang, you know that's supposed to be getting that call, especially when Philip Dorsett, because I grew up with Philip, I played Little League with Philip. So I was like, dang, we supposed to be getting drafted together. But I just took it as motivation. But also it's let me see that it's possible.
Did you play 7-on-7?
But yeah, we played 7-on-7, but it wasn't nothing like how it is now.
Who did you play for?
I played for
South Florida Express?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We played again. I coached my son then, but I coached a bunch of dudes in the whole tournament. I remember we played South Florida Express when they had like Devontae Parker and
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yes,
Amari.
There was a team I was on, I forgot the name, but we would play against them. But I was supposed to travel with them that summer, but I was already going to camps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up. Keyshawn?
No, they had that swag to them. South Florida
Mm-hmm.
Express, it was lit. But no, you used to train with Ocho Cinco before the draft. How's your relationship with him now? And do you still get advice from him?
Yeah, nah, for sure. I still taught to Ocho, and going into the draft, he taught me how to stop.
Yeah.
I was running so fast I couldn't stop, but he showed me how to stop. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I still taught Ocho all the time.
So you went undrafted in 2016 to the Jets, my old kind of stomping grounds and
Yeah.
whatnot. I ran through New York now.
Yeah.
New York was something else. But you had Ryan Fitzpatrick and then Josh McCown and then
Mhm.
Sam Darnold. See, I personally think Sam got a raw deal messing around in New York because outside of you, he was messing around with cardboard cutouts at the receiver position. It's just real talk.
Yeah.
What was it like, though, going through 3-4 different quarterbacks in a 4-year period of time?
It was different. It was hard to build that consistency. But with Sam, with Josh, even with Ryan, it was kind of different because I was younger, and I was, just like kind of like the deep threat and just coming in here and there. And then with Josh, we started building some chemistry. I had a big season with him, and then the next year Sam came in. But with Sam, it was he was young. I was still a young player. I was still trying to figure things out myself. But I feel like we still had a lot of untapped potential.
So then you go, and I talked to you. We was at ESPN, and you came on the NFL Live, and we talked about off air. You was getting ready to go into free agency because the Jets was playing around with the money. And I told you, I said, you're going to probably get 10 to 12 million somewhere in there a year. So
Yeah.
you then go down to Carolina with your old college coach and Matt Rhule. What was it like to reunite with him? And what type of pro coach was he compared to college?
Nah, I enjoyed it. I think that he was a good coach. I just think some of the players, they couldn't connect with him because they were used to things being a certain way. I told him I felt that he tried to do the right thing, be a player's coach, but I think that might have hurt him a little bit. But I thought he was a good coach. I think that, in a perfect world, I feel like if we would have just kept that team with Teddy and what we had going on offensively and built it, I think that things would have went a whole nother direction.
Mm.
But, I don't make those decisions. But, we had 4 dudes go for 1,000 the first year.
Yeah, you had 90, what did you have, 95 catches, a little bit over 1,000?
Yeah, and DJ had 1,000. Curtis Samuel had 1,000 all-purpose. Mike Davis had 1,000 all-purpose.
CMC.
But CNC ain't even play that year. So it's like if he come back the next year and we build that, you know what I'm saying? There's no telling what take place, but that's in a perfect world.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons at times I don't fuck with the NFL like that, because they be in there making some bonehead ass decisions.
Yeah.
Management crazy though. They just management is wild when they make decisions like, what was wrong with Teddy Bridgewater? Y'all just gave him a bag, then all of a sudden you decide he not the guy.
I don't know.
You still looking for a quarterback. It's pretty wild to me.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Then in 2022, you obviously had some issues with Steve Wilkes or whatever was going on in that point in time.
No, it really wasn't Steve though. It wasn't Steve. He
had to send the message.
I just think he got put in a tough. I put him in a tough situation. I should have made better decisions, but there was things that took place leading up to that. Was like, as a man, I think if it, knowing you, I think you would have handled that 1,000 ways differently.
Oh no, they went for talk to me crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that wasn't gonna happen.
But it was going on for weeks though.
It wasn't gonna never go on.
You feel me? So
no, I'm the first person to tell you I ain't shy about it. No, you're not gonna talk to me like a kid because you paying me money. That ain't. I got, as I used to tell people, I got a daddy somewhere in the universe, and I definitely got a mama. You not gonna talk to me any type of way. That's just not. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. We gonna stop that now.
For sure.
That was part of, they couldn't. I was ahead of the curve. Let's put it that way. They didn't understand the way I would approach things and do things. I'm sure you done heard the war stories because you done been in 2 locker rooms that I've been in, right? Yeah. You done played for 2 teams that I played for, the Jets and Carolina. And when I walk in, sometimes to this day, they think they saw a ghost. Some of the people that work there. But, it is what it is at the end of the day. You can't look back at it and cry over spilled milk. You just got to keep it moving and move on and go from there. Do you still want to play?
Nah, for sure. Definitely. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm really more motivated than ever right now. And I feel like I got a lot more to prove than ever, because I think that there might be a perception I don't want to play, I don't care no more, but nah, that ain't the case. Like, I've been training harder than ever. Like, the past 2 years, I ain't been doing nothing but preparing for that moment, but I'm very ambitious right now.
Who have you been training with?
With Gold Feet Global, wide receiver trainer, and like Dr. Reef. And then
I've seen him on Instagram.
Keeping myself conditioned.
See, he know all that shit, that because I don't the Instagram and all that social media. No, it ain't that. I just don't have time for the silliness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if motherfucker come at me wrong, I'm going to say something. So I just rather stay. I let him do all of that, argue and all that stuff. I ain't got time for that.
Robbie, you were signed by the Dolphins in 2023, released, re-signed, put on the practice squad, and then back on the active roster. Yeah. How were you able to handle all that last year? For young guys listening, talk about the true reality of playing in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, it was adverse. It wasn't ideal, but I had to just stay positive and just keep grinding. I saw what I felt that situation could have been, and really truly felt that last year the Dolphins had an opportunity to win the Super Bowl, and I wanted to be a part of that. So I was like, I'm not gonna just jump ship. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you never know how, and I took with the situation in Carolina where you never know how close you are from your breakthrough, and starting over, the grass ain't always greener. Sometimes it's better where you water it. So I just stayed committed to it. And, I feel like I showed a preview of what could have been done against Denver with the touchdown and stuff like that. And I knew what I was doing every day in practice. Even with training camp, when I got released, it was kind of a surprise to me because I was starting. You know what I'm saying? And everybody looked at it as I was the third receiver. And what I've done while I've been in the NFL is kind of surprising to everybody. But, it's the business,
So it was you, Waddle, and Tyreek. Y'all were the 3 at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, coaches, again, man, sometimes they just do stuff. You be like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, I think it's just knowing the NFL, I'm not a number 3 receiver. You don't expect the number 3 to go take the top off and score big plays because that's what the 1 and 2 kind of force. So I think that I didn't fit into that business model. And I think it was more so them wanting to keep me on ice. Worst case, something happens to one of them two, I step into that 1-2 role.
So how you think OBJ gonna fit in that though? Because I mean, yeah, he hasn't had the same success that he may have had when he was younger in New York, but he's still a dude that at times, you know, if you sleep wrong or he get the 3rd or 4th corner, he could abuse them.
Nah, for sure. I think it's just different skill sets. You know, bruh's still who he is, but I'm like kind of more a home run hitter. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like me and Cheetahs and what we kind of like all 3 in the same in different ways. You know what I'm saying? You know, OBJ is sure-handed. He gonna get open. He gonna sauce it up. You know what I'm saying?
So you gonna speed though? Who's the fastest out of them? Waddle or Tyreek?
Man, Tyreek. He faster than Waddle to be.
Yeah,
you don't know Waddle running.
No, Waddle can run,
Waddle
but he be waddling. It don't look like Tyreek his running style.
It depends on the distance that they running.
50 yards.
Okay, so if you say the distance, then that's something different. But it just looked like every time I look up, that little joker looked like he got shot out of cannon, man. Because the way he run.
Yeah, he flying.
He be flying.
He got a crazy takeoff too.
Yeah.
But I think last year when they had raced, I think Waddle won.
So you got Waddle.
I think Waddle won. I don't remember.
You've been up close in person.
I think he won though.
I like Tyreek though. I mean, I there's something about it. Like I usually don't typically like smaller receivers. It's just not, you know, when I played, they was in the slot and that was really it. They ain't getting outside them numbers.
Right.
Everything got to be motion. They got to get, you know, free him up. But for some reason, I like him.
Nah, Cheetah the real deal.
No, I like him.
You got a mini camp invite to the Seahawks in June. What happened with that?
Nah, everything went good. I went in there, I handled my business. You know, I thought I was signing when I got there or when I got done, but you know, they told my agent, you know, they got me at the top of their list. But I mean, I did what I had to do.
Man, see, that's the thing I don't understand. Man, I'm not even bringing you in to be getting a look at you. That's the shit that bothers me about the league.
They said they saw my film last year. They know what I don't know. I guess
I got enough film. I already know what you could do.
I don't know.
I get it, but it's just it drives me crazy when personnel people do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, sometimes they don't even know what they looking at.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's another reason they couldn't stand me, because I tell their ass to them, man, you don't even know what you're looking at. I had a dude once, there's a guy who, when I was in Tampa, he went on to become a general manager, but he got fired like a couple years later. We standing at training camp one time. It's like me, Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, and some other people. We standing there just chopping it up, and he's standing there with us talking. And he was like, and this dude getting ready to be a general manager. He's like, man, that Edgerrin James, you know, man, I didn't realize how good he was. We looked at him. He was like, huh? The fact that you even would say that about Edgerrin James, it's like, well, what the fuck are you watching? What have you seen?
But you don't feel like it's a lot of people that have those decision-making opportunities that never played football, and that's the problem?
Yes. Yeah,
like
absolutely,
100%. They never ran a route before.
And they ain't gonna never tell me how to run one.
Yeah.
My coach, Todd Haley, been around football his whole life, right? His father was the great architect of the Pittsburgh Steelers when they was a steel curtain. He drafted me with the Jets, but he was my receiver coach with the Jets. And then again in Dallas, he was a head coach of Kansas City. His resume speaks for itself. But he was a golfer. In college. He played golf at Florida. But he had been around for so long and he studied the position and he understood. You know who he coached? He coached me, Anquan Bolton, Larry Fitzgerald, Marty Booker. Who else did he have? He had a couple other dudes, T.O. He had several guys, all of us that made Pro Bowls under him, the whole thing. But he knew what he was doing. But it's so many dudes that didn't play the position nor played in the league that really understand what goes through our minds, how we think, what should take place. They just don't. and they don't try to. You know, they go off the analytics, stuff like that. So yeah, no, you right about that.
Robbie, you think Cam Newton could be in the NFL still?
I think so.
I do
too. I think if he just commit to training and all that,
man, it's over.
It's not.
And Cam Newton, one of my good friends, it's over.
Why though?
Because he ain't played in 13 years.
Phil.
It's over.
But you don't think that what's in him still in him?
It's in me. Guess what? I couldn't run from here to the door.
That's different.
When you sit down for a minute, it's hard to kickstart it back up.
No, that's true.
At his position.
Yeah.
If you told me, can Cam Newton get underneath the center and run the football? Yeah, but that ain't what I need him to do. I need him to throw. And I need him to be accurate. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna even give him an opportunity to get the rust off.
Yeah.
So the thoughts of me telling him to come play football again, no, man, come on, Cam, sit down somewhere, man. It's gone now. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have, as I told him, man, he should have never even went to New England. I would have never even fucked with New England. I'd have just sat down and waited, you see what I'm saying, and rehabbed and just waited it out, because when he went to New England, he wasn't gonna never win that anyway.
Yeah.
He just wasn't gonna win it. You in New England, you a black man, the first thing you starting to do, you ain't even on the team yet, and they criticizing you in the media about your shoes and your hair and the hats you wear. So they wasn't gonna never even give you a full opportunity, a chance, even though Coach Belichick was. The outside noise wasn't never gonna do that. So if he'd have just sat down for a year and rehabbed and got full strength and healthy again, then he could have came back and been no problem. But he done been out 3 years now?
Yeah. The last time he played was when we was in Carolina.
That's 3 years ago.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
speaking of quarterback,
over with.
Robbie and you, Dad, I think you guys might be 1 and 2 for the most quarterbacks over your career. Robbie, you had Bryce Petty, Josh McCown, Sam Darnold twice, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Geno Smith, Luke Falk, Trevor Siemian, and that's just for the Jets. And then you had Teddy Bridgewater, PJ Walker, Sam Darnold, Cam Newton, Baker, Kyler Murray, Tua, Mike White. Am I missing anybody?
Nah, that sound about. You might have, maybe with the Jets, probably forgot. Did you say on Ryan Fitzpatrick and Geno Smith?
Yep, I did.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the best out of those quarterbacks? Probably Sam.
Sam and Tua. I mean, from when I played, Teddy.
Tua.
Teddy. I mean, Teddy had a career year with me. So
the best out of the three? Probably Tua.
Yeah.
Because he's had the most success so far out of all them dudes, in my opinion. Yeah. Some of them dudes was old, and Ryan Fitz, them dudes is dinosaurs.
A lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah, but ain't none of them. I don't think Tua might be the only Pro Bowler, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Teddy made it once or twice, maybe, but he wasn't
Geno make it
with Carolina.
And Tua the only one that I was part of winning with too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, when you played with him, Teddy didn't make it to Carolina either, huh? So you really never even had a Pro Bowl quarterback. Yeah, quarterbacks will make your life a lot easier when you get one.
Yeah.
I had, what did I have, 17?
18, right?
18?
Yeah.
18 and 11 years.
Were any of them Pro Bowlers?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And we went to the championship game, we won the Super Bowl, but those are my Vinny, we went to the championship with, best quarterback I had. Brad was the second best we won the Super Bowl with. Everybody else, you can get them, you can go on and you can return them. I don't even want the refund, man. You can just have it. For real. I mean, that's just the truth. They can say whatever they want to say about me or whatever, but when you got a quarterback is your lifeline. And when you don't have one, you look average for the most part. You just look like a pedestrian dude out there. Diving and shit for the balls being dribbled at your knees. My third best was Drew Bledsoe, and Drew was, Drew might have been in his
40s.
No, he wasn't that old, but he was in his 30s. He was long in the tooth, let's put it that way. But he still could throw it. It's just quarterback, man. I should have took my ass to Green Bay with Favre instead of saying, no, I didn't want to go to Green Bay.
Rob,
I didn't want to go to Green Bay though.
You were on an episode of Laces Out showing out your sneaker collection. How many pairs do you think you have?
Too many.
Shoes?
I don't even wear. I got all them old shoes in the box. I would have. Now I'm back to simplicity and wear.
But why though? Let me ask why? Because I don't get this.
Yeah, me and my brother have a good collection too. But what do you think your favorite pair is?
Lately, my favorite pair, them the shoes I've been training in, them Nike Vomeros.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the reason I had so much shoes and growing up, I never could, so now I could. And then also too, I was signed to Nike, so a lot of it was really free.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Do you know your most expensive pair?
You said what?
Do you know your most expensive pair you own? Like of shoes?
Probably like a pair of designer shoes. Probably like $1,500.
So if I broke in your house and stole your closet.
Nah, hey, you ain't gonna be able to break in.
No, but I'm saying hypothetically though, if I broke in and stole your, what I'm gonna come out of that with? Couple hundred?
Some Travis's maybe?
I'm asking them about selling them on the black market.
Oh, you probably
couple hundred.
You might not get full. You gonna get aftermarket price because they used.
They used.
Yeah.
But I see used shoes. I see used shoes all the time for sale. They be selling them for thousands of dollars.
I don't know. I don't really be in the shoes and all that like that no more.
Do you have a favorite pair of cleats you wear?
The Nike Dunks that little bro Jaylen Waddle gave me. Nike Dunk cleats. Yeah, the Pandas. They're my favorites.
Oh, they're like
colors?
panda. They're like panda sneakers.
Oh,
Panda Nike Dunks. Yeah, they white and black.
Man,
that's hard. They
I
made
wear
them into cleats.
I wear
That's
t-shirts, but I got this on, but I'm a t-shirt, board short, flip-flop, Southern California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Non-threat.
Black dude, they never got in the ocean, but I look like a beach bum. You know?
Why you don't get in the ocean?
I can't swim.
Can't swim.
You can't walk up to your knees?
No. Because if I walk too far out there and that shit drop off, then what? Then what? What you gonna do then?
You gotta figure it out. You gonna figure it out.
No, I ain't gonna figure it out. I'm gonna panic and sink. And then y'all gonna be crying talking about, damn, we lost Keyshawn. No, I'm not getting, no. Hell no. Out here especially. Now, when we travel and we in the Caribbean and stuff like that, I can see. So when I'm in the islands, I can see what's around me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I can walk out a little bit, and as it get to my waist, then I'm stopping right there. I ain't going no further.
You know the ocean healthy for you though.
Yeah, all that's cool. The ocean is good. The sand and the earth touch your feet. I get all that. All that. But I'm not doing it, man.
No, for sure.
I ain't, they swim like fish though. But they also grew up different than me.
Yeah.
When I grew up with my brothers and sisters, they used to go to the public pool. So they could swim. But they wouldn't take me because I'm the youngest of 6. So they didn't want to watch me because they want to go have fun in the deep end. So they wasn't taking me to the public pool.
Right.
They'd leave me home, and watching cartoons and shit. And so as I grew up, I just never messed with it. All my swimming pools at any house I ever have, we ain't going past 6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care, whatever. If y'all dive in and bust y'all chin, that's on y'all. That's what I tell them now. It's 6 feet across. Just nice and easy, man. All that swimming. Nah, I get on jet skis with the life jackets and stuff like that, but I'm in water that I feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
And I can swim good enough to get from here to my son, and that's it. Other than that, I ain't messing with it. Nah, dog. We go to the pool, I'm sitting by the pool with a drink or whatever. That's it. No more at all. Is that it, Kiki?
That's it. Thank you, Robbie, for coming. It's
so
a
appreciate
pleasure.
y'all.
No, man, yeah, appreciate it. You got anything, any foundations going?
I got my foundation, Amazing Wishes Inc. We just did our summer football camp. Got some other stuff going on. Just trying to pour into the youth down where I'm from and let them see that it's possible to make it no matter what. Especially if you do it right, it's very easy. And you know how it is growing up. They say only so many people could make it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's not true. It's sky's the limit. Anybody can make it. You know what I'm saying? So just trying to let them see it's possible no matter what. And then even the situation that I'm in right now, just, fighting to, redemption. You know what I'm saying? And still let my dreams be reality,
Yeah, next year when you had a camp, if you invite me early enough, I'm in.
For sure.
That's real. I ain't just, I'll come down. You invite me early enough, I'll come down. If it's a day, 2 days, whatever the case is.
I appreciate that.
I'll come down, fuck with the kids, because, again, I grew up a certain way. We're in the camps and growing up in the inner city of L.A., you always want to give back to kids and try and teach them so they can learn and see their dreams through you. So
for sure.
I appreciate it.
I
appreciate it.
too.
So that's a wrap for today's show. Thanks again to Robbie Chosen. Almost said Chosen One. I don't know why, but Chosen for joining the show. Don't forget to follow All Facts Pod on social media. Subscribe on YouTube. Until then, peace.